Right, I'm going to get my apology in early on today's episode. This is one of those videos where I haven't actually played the game or recorded the previous video for about 10 days. I got really ahead. I've had a nice long gap. If you want to know what I've been up to, that's why you should also be subscribed to my vlog channel. But I have no idea what's going on in this save, other than the fact that apparently we have a Champions League quarter-final today, which sounds fun. Hello and welcome to part 175 of It's Coming Home. I'm Kevin. Coming up on today's episode, we have the first leg of the Champions League quarter-final game against Schalke, plus an important Premier League game away against West Ham. We're then going to do the second leg of Schalke and what could be a title decider against Arsenal tomorrow. So two massive episodes, four huge games back to back, which will make or break our season. If we win all these, we're looking good for a very good fancy looking double. If we lose all four of these, we're probably not going to win anything this season, and that'll make me really sad. So let's we'll have a look at the schedule to see what's happened since you were last with me. I don't know when you were last with me though. I'm looking at my notes. Apparently the last Champions League round, so that would we thumped Roma. I do remember that. I remember reading the comments about that. So since then things are looking fine. Are we still in the FA Cup as well? It looks like we're still in the FA Cup as well, although there doesn't appear to have been a draw for that, which is interesting. We're still in it, but don't have a scheduled match in it at the moment, and we've just lost to Chelsea in the Premier League. That sounds annoying. If we'd have beaten them, we would have been doing lovely. That's what the Premier League looks like. Then 5 games to go. It's between us and Arsenal, and we're about to play each other. So that's pretty big and important. And then obviously, we want to get past Schalke as well. How good is Schalke? Schalke are top of the Bundesliga. Okay, this is going to be not just a big couple of matches or 4 matches, but a very important, very difficult 4 matches. So let's see what team I've got ready to take on Schalke. I'm going to go with whatever Past Kev picked and just trust in his judgment. So Past Kev, if you're ruining me here, why is Mira on the wing? I don't remember a lot about what's been going on, but I do remember he's a striker. Why do we not have a left winger available? Let's try and work out what the thinking is there. Royo, is he a left winger or a right winger? He's a right winger. Okay, I know we've got other left wingers at the club. So let's narrow it. We don't even need to narrow it down. We've got the first team squad there. So Duric is injured. He's out for the next couple of weeks. So he's going to miss all of this. And then we had another winger, another left winger, which is Binet, who is unavailable because he's not in the Champions League squad, and he's on loan from Arsenal, if I remember rightly. So he can't play against Arsenal either. So Duric, we're basically going to have to play Mira or Akemo on the wing for this run of big games. This is interesting. See how this works out, shall we? So we've got Saidi in goal, a back four of Candemil, Beron, Lee and Meyer, with Cristiano and Alves in midfield, Mira, Costa and Flager all supporting Akemo, who is playing up front. Did we ever decide to start playing these strikers in a different role? You know what? We're going to switch that to complete forward. And I don't know why Past Kev didn't do that. I don't know why he's persisted with the advanced forward thing for so long. But I think whether it's Akemo or Mira, they both play as a complete forward in that position now, because I think they have to. Advance forward, that's another thing that I remember just hasn't been working. Might have been sat there sunning myself on Bournemouth Beach for the last week. I do remember seeing some of the comments coming in saying Curfew's a complete forward. Right, apparently we owe Schalke after what happened last time. Does anybody remember what happened last time? I sure as heck don't. But what I would like to do is just win the match today. Or not even win the match today. Let's just not lose the away leg. Let's ease ourselves back into things slowly and gently. A score draw would be delightful. A score draw and then defeating West Ham sets us up really nicely for tomorrow, as Mira's just got a straight red card. Well, remember the bit where I wanted to ease us back into things gently? I don't even know what to do here. I might just leave it as that. Candemil can take care of the left-hand side. I'm just going to leave it alone. Let Candemil be the left side of the pitch. He's done it before. He'll do it again. I don't want to move Costa away from being the attacking midfielder. I don't want to sacrifice Flager. We can't go to no strikers. We can't sacrifice. It's the only option. Otherwise, we have to take off Costa and stick Zupancic out on that left wing. Would be the sensible thing to do. But taking Costa off in these circumstances doesn't seem sensible at all to me. When we've just lost one of our best players, to then voluntarily remove probably our best player would be mad. Although Costa is looking a little bit tired. I mean, it's a change we'll probably do in this second half, but it's not something I'm going to rush to do. Right, it is now time to dig in. Mira has really left us in the poopies here with an absolute moment of madness. I don't know what he's thinking there, but obviously he's now going to be suspended for the second leg of this as well. We've already talked about how we don't have another left wing option unless Juric gets fit really quickly. I guess Zupancic is going to have to play there in the second leg. Let's not worry about the second leg right now. Let's worry about this match. A goal would be lovely around about now. For us, not for them. A goal for us would be lovely. So it's Flager down the right hand side. First we've seen of him today. Flies past several players, but then the shot at the end of it is just, there was nothing to it. It was a nothing shot. Looking at the team, Cristiano not playing great, Akamo not playing great. I mean, Akamo's golden now for at least the quarterfinals of the Champions League. We don't have another striker who can play. We've got Jude Briggs is our other striker option. What do you mean you've never heard of Jude Briggs? He came for our youth team 3 years ago. He's our backup striker in a Champions League quarterfinal. I want to take Akamo off. Should we go strikerless? I've done stupider things than this in my time. If we push Costa further forward, in fact, does a shadow striker work on his own? Do that and effectively have Costa up front. I mean, Costa can play up front, but this is a way to keep Costa on the pitch and punish Akamo for being useless. I wanted to make two changes there. I wanted to take Cristiano off as well, although looking at things, Cristiano's actually not playing too badly. Now Costa is shattered. Perhaps Manu can come on and play in that role. He doesn't want to be a shadow striker. He can just do that. I mean, watch Manu be the hero yet again. He pops up when we need him, does Manu? It feels like we're being a little bit more defensive than we were previously by sticking a wide player on again, which seems to make sense to me. And that's been disallowed for offside, which is very handy. I don't think we've been outclassed by Schalke today. When you consider... I accidentally clicked on a thing that made me almost look like I know what I'm doing. Flager can come off for Royo. When you consider the fact that they're top of the Bundesliga and we've been down to 10 men since, was it the 7th at the 12th minute we've been down to 10 men, we haven't looked like we've been down to 10 men. It's just been a nice even game. So we've got to feel reasonably confident going into that second leg. Oh my word, Saidi's just had an absolute nightmare. Oh my word. What a welcome back to Football Manager. It's been the longest break from Football Manager I've had for, I don't know, years. It's been over a week of not even touching the game, not thinking about the game. And this is how I'm welcome back. My Brazilian wonder kid gets himself sent off. My 50 whatever it was £1 million goalkeeper has an absolute nightmare. Manu, be a hero. Royo, no. If we concede a second here, that'd be disgusting. Lee to Beron, back to Lee. Saidi, I mean, that's the last you'll see of him. Powell will be back in for the next game, unless I have a major change of heart. It was all going so well. I mean, to be fair, it's still not a disaster. For being down to 10 men, only losing 1-0 away from home against the best team in Germany, it's something we can turn around in the second leg, but we are quickly losing players to choose from as we look towards that second leg. It's going to be a challenge. Hopefully we now don't have a Champions League hangover against West Ham, so we need to keep winning Premier League games if we're going to win the title again. See, even the games recognising the importance of the Arsenal game, the running that we've got. So this is our running, this is their running. So we've got to play West Ham, big game, then Arsenal, then it's relatively easy. They've got to play Tottenham in their local derby, then us, then it's relatively easy. We've both got to play Bournemouth as well. So we've both got Bournemouth, a couple of easy games, each other, and then a big game. So we just got to beat them. That's what it comes down to. We have to beat them. Couple of changes for the West Ham game then. We're able to bring Binet back into the side because he is part of the Premier League squad despite not being part of the Champions League squad, although he can only play 75 minutes. That's allowed us to push Mira up front. Akamo drops down to the bench. We've also brought Royo in on the other side. Really, most of these changes are just about freshening things up a little bit because we've got Schalke again in a couple of days. So Royo comes in there. Zupancic comes into the midfield with Cristiano dropping out of the squad completely because we've got Yamin sat there on the bench who hasn't played for ages. I have kept Saidi in goal and we've gone with Vandy at right back just to give Mayer a little bit of a rest. So rotated a little bit, but hopefully not so much that West Ham beat us. Remember, West Ham are coming into this game needing a win themselves because they're trying to push into the top four for a Champions League spot in their own right. It's games come thick and fast when you're competing on lots of fronts. In fact, there you go. If even a draw for West Ham, because they're playing early than Manchester United, does put them into that top four for now. But obviously, if United win, they then jump back above West Ham if they don't win. It's tough at this stage of the season. Right, Costa with the free kick. It ends up with Mira, who comes all the way back to Costa. Costa shoots from range. It takes a huge deflection off of a West Ham defender. We'll have a look at it from the other angle. This looks like a hideous deflection. Imagine being on the receiving end of this. So the initial free kick floated in by Costa. It does work its way back out to him. Takes a touch, then has a shot. But the shot's going so far wide it was going to hit the corner flag. But it's taken a huge deflection off of their centre-back. And we're 1-0 up, so we are not arguing about it at all. And it's Arroyo with a free kick from the other side, who their keeper does not deal with that at all. Gives away the corner, and it's Royo going over the take. And we've got men in the middle ready to get on the end of it. Mira's one of them, and it goes just wide from Mira. We had looked very good in the first 10 minutes or so of this game. Long may it continue, because a win here, obviously similar situation to with West Ham and Man United. Arsenal aren't playing until later on, maybe even tomorrow. I don't know when Arsenal play. They're not playing now. That's the important thing. So if we do pick up the win here, that's a 5-point gap, albeit with leaving Arsenal with that one game in hand. But they have to go and win it, and they're playing Tottenham in that game. Remember, Mira's in and Mira scores. 15th goal of the season for Mira. First game playing as a complete forward. And it looks like it suits him. Perhaps we have a solution to our strikers not scoring goal problem that's been going on for goodness knows how long. Of course, the issue is it doesn't help us going into the Schalke game because Mira's not available through suspension. And even if he was available, he'd probably be playing on the wing for that one because of stupid injuries. We need Djuric to get back fit quick. Or I might play Zupancic out there and stick Mira up front. Zupancic will play there anyway, almost certainly. But Mira won't. What has Saidi just done there? That's back-to-back howlers from Saidi. Now I have to play Powell in the next game, surely. I'm tempted to bring him on at half-time. You can show confidence and back your keeper after one mistake like that. But at this stage of the season, you can't let them do it twice. Gatti, their player who's just taken that corner, is he the winger we had for a little while? What a goal from Mira, by the way. Complete forward is the way to go with him. That's an absolutely stunning finish. It's papering over the cracks a little bit. Costa does well to release Mira, but this is all about Mira because he's got a lot to do. Little feint there, goes past his man. Lovely finish. If he's going to start doing that on a regular basis, then I'm going to be very, very happy. But I am taking off Saidi at half-time because you can't do that. It's basically, in the last 46 minutes of football, he's had two absolute howlers. We've got England's number one on the bench. Get him on. Saidi can have a little rest for a few games now and think about what he's done. I just cannot have a keeper who's making howlers like that going into a must-win game in the Champions League. It's not going to happen. Yikes. Right. who do we need to be keeping fresh for that game? Binet, Mira, we don't need to worry about because neither of them can play in it. Royo won't play because Flager will be in. Costa we probably need to take off. We've got Manu on the bench. Likewise with Alves. They're probably the two who need to come off just to keep them fresh. We'll take off Alves for Yamin, and then pretty soon afterwards bring Manu on for Costa as well. It's just about keeping these players fit going into that massive match, or massive 2 matches that we've got on tomorrow's videos. There's a second change as well, or third change I guess, because we brought Powell on. Royo with an easy chance that he completely fluffs. I'm going to praise the team a little bit here because they have played very well against what is a very good West Ham side. They are very much in the Champions League fight, but we're just better than them, it seems. Although if they score here, it's... We've done well to clear that. And it's Mira picking the ball up again quite deep. Finds Royo. We've got the potential for a counter-attack here. Royo plays Binet in, who can't... If that cross goes into the path of either Mira or Manu, who are both hovering in the middle, it's a beautiful counter-attacking goal, as it is. West Ham come up the other end, but Powell keeps hold of it and... I'd like to think he got a hold of it and then just glared at Saidi on the bench. Half at Saidi, half at me. And the message he's sending us both is, that's how you do it. Mira's in behind here, though. Can he grab his hat-trick? He can't. It's saved by the dick man who's in goal for West Ham. I mean, it's what it said on the screen. Royo over to Beron. I need to check that's what it said. Family-friendly channel, Kev. Let's have a little look. I think that is his name. It is Dickman. Yeah, I mean... What else am I going to call him? Goodness me. Right. Let's just wrap this one up, shall we? Before... As you can tell, I haven't made a video for a while. You can't say that, Kev. It's his name. It's fine. I agree. It is fine. Right. Team talk. I am pleased with that performance. Hopefully Arsenal go on to lose their game in hand as well. But now we have it all to do again, and then some, in tomorrow's episode against Schalke. It is the second leg. We need a big performance. We need some heroes to step up tomorrow if we're going to get into the semi-finals of the Champions League. If you've enjoyed that, please make sure you leave a nice big thumbs up on there for me. Subscribe to the channel for daily Football Manager videos. And thank you very much for watching.